everyone, it's Clyde Harley here, and today I'm going to be showing you a tutorial. But before we dive into that stuff, I'm gonna introduce myself. So I'm Clyde Harley. I'm an aspiring Filipino artist based in Rome, Italy, and yeah, you can recognize my art by seeing two different art styles, which goes from dark aesthetic to a colorful one depending on the type, like purple, red, orange, or yellow. In today's video, I'm gonna be doing an art process, but a different one from the one that I've done on my first YouTube video. Right now, I'm gonna try and do a watercolor. Before, I was planning to do an oil painting, but I couldn't find a specific paper because, as you all know, as all artists know, you need a specific type because the oil coming from the paint tube, it's going to suck everything from the paper and then destroy, and you cannot even archive or save that art you made, so it will not make any sense if you continue that. Then I started to like right now I'm having an existential crisis. I don't even know how to say that stuff, but yeah, I tried to find some gouache paints, but for my luck, I couldn't find anything. And yeah, you can see right now I'm showing my art to you or everything because this is what I wanted to do, but I couldn't find anything. Surprisingly, of course, it's me, right? I couldn't find anything because I just moved into a new apartment like 2 months ago, and my art materials are not, I cannot find them. I don't know, I think it's just me. You can see me right now scrolling through the computer searching I'm searching for some pictures as a reference to paint. And yeah, usually I'm using Pinterest as to find these amazing pictures or similar ones that I would love to draw or paint. Yeah, before we get started, I asked some of my followers on Instagram. While you're watching me paint, I'm gonna answer some questions that I asked on my Instagram like a month ago for this specific YouTube channel. And yeah, so the first question comes from Anna.tmn, and she asked, how did you start getting really involved in drawing? I started getting involved in drawing since I was a kid. I couldn't stop drawing, like creating art was like my thing. It was like something that I really enjoyed doing. I started drawing when I was 2 years old, as I said in my first YouTube video, and it was always a love for art. It never started like it was a side thing. It was like something that I really loved, like I couldn't live without, even though it sounds so stupid, but it's something that it grows. Like if you plant a seed, then time, as if you find art, you let it grow and it will become something more meaningful and important to you. And yeah, that's it. Then second question, I'm gonna be really fast because I recorded this many times and my answer were too long. Are you pursuing art as a career? It's coming from Ella's art. Yes, I'm actually planning to pursue art as a career, and I still don't know what to do as a job, but I would love to create in my own space and all of that. Because one thing that I admire from old masters is that they are good at everything. Like for me, being an artist, in my focus and the importance is not to be specific, like being good at one thing, but touching every subject of art, every sort. So that's my goal, that's where I want to be, and trying different things from graphic design, fashion, sewing, also 3D sculpture online, or illustration, and traditional, of course, where we all start. Then third question comes from Alien's Archive, and she asked, what's something that inspires you to create something? Actually, I don't know, to be honest. I think when I was just starting out, searching for my own art style, I got inspired by a lot of artists, but mostly by their art style. But then when I became like an artist who loves creating and getting in depth, the thing when I create is that I mostly based everything on my emotions, on what I'm feeling at the moment, or an experience that left me and it made me as a person, and it's always constant theme around on my art. Fourth question, I think so it comes from maybe that she's a really good friend of mine actually, and she asked, do you listen to a special type of music when you draw? Like right now, one thing that I found out that I can't draw without listening to a background noise or something that it's another sense other from seeing, and right now it's hearing. And I love to multitask, but also I can't focus at all. And my special type of music is lo-fi. I love lo-fi. I love some calming chill songs, some beats, and also love hearing horror stories, like the scary ones, and it always intrigues me, and the mystery behind it's always so cool. And while you draw, you can create a story when you hear that someone talking, and I think that's really fucking cool, to be honest. Then another fifth question comes from Jonna Kubu, and she asked, what makes your eyes sparkle? Art, and what else? What makes my art eye sparkle? I think learning for me is something that I really enjoy doing, and expressing myself. It's something that keeps me going, and I can learn to love life even more. I think that's the best one. And authenticity and psychology. I love psychology, learning how our mind works. And also any form of art possible, like even though music, I also play instruments, even different form, like I don't know, dancing, like this stuff that are forms of art. Then another question comes from Dreamies.star and asked, how have your thoughts on your pieces changed over time? Are you more confident now? I think I'm more confident now than I was a couple of months ago, all of my life, because I'm trying to learn to accept myself and learning what I love but also dislike. And I still not can say that I'm good enough. I'm good because I cannot see that on myself when people tell me. Sometimes when people compliment me on real life, I cannot answer because I don't believe that, and I know people are gonna come for me saying, oh my god, no, you're so good, like all of that stuff. But for me, it's just a learning thing, because we always criticize ourselves and strive to be the best, but only for ourselves. What are your thoughts on the pieces change over time? How have your thoughts? I think how my thoughts change on my pieces is that seeing different perspectives, seeing a different part of yourself or anything that surrounds you. I think that what changed in my art, because I'm learning how to be see more perspective, because I always aspire to be an open-minded person, to not judge or to not really just of course think of yourself, but I think you're free to do whatever you want. And yeah, that's it. Another question is that any future goals for your art? Actually, this year I'm taking a gap year, and from going to my first year of university, I'm still gonna pursue art, but right now I'm taking a year off because of COVID and everything. And going back to the question is, this year especially, I'm gonna be learning more and more and about the business and side of art, but also, how can I say this, but also I want to learn more, and I want to be working really hard to get art to become as my job in the future. And yeah, I can think one thing that keeps me going and motivates me the most is that I want art to be my future job, something that I really love. Because one thing that I really understand, that art, it's not only a hobby, something that I like, but something that I love doing. It's like my passion. I cannot do anything without it, even though for some people's gonna say, oh my god, it's like that, but for me, art, it's like one thing. Me and art, it's mashed together, and nothing can separate that. I think that's it, and that's the painting, how it turned out. Also, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and comment if you want anything else, any project that you would love to see in my future videos. And please subscribe. And yeah, it's been Clyde, and see you in the next video. Bye.